This AskReddit user asks, what is the best response to a fat insult? I usually go for the straight-up belly flop threat. In my HS there was a kid in our circle who was big. But holy st did he not give a st. By our junior Presteradian year he was easy 6 feet 2 inches and at that point had heard all the jokes. Mainly the jocks would poke fun at him. But in particular one guy just hated him and made it his mission to bully our friend. Here's the thing. Our friend. Yeah, he was big. He spent his summers basically doing manual labor for his dad's construction company. Holy st. Was he jacked. However, at first glance you'd never realize it. We were in the computer lab when finally in our senior year, urged on by his friends, he decided to pick a fight with our friend. I did not go well. There were roughly the same height, but our buddy had 50+ pounds of fat and muscle. But likely more muscle, and proceeded to just laugh off the punches. That look of "I have made a life mistake" was palatable on his aggressor's face as our buddy cornered him and proceeded to literally slap him around. I'll give his friends credit. They tried to intervene and realized they were just hapless against him. After sprawling out 3 of them, he yelled "belly flop" and flattened them. He then got up and literally walked across them. This sounds like something I would 100% do. The last sentence is the best part. Hey, pipe down or I'll eat you. I'll use this. I'm gonna eat ya. The best response is to lose weight. A small body couldn't hold this personality. This is my favorite fatso cope. I may be fat but you're ugly as FK. I can always lose weight but ugly as to the bone. Thank you. I've been trying to gain weight. Stumps them every time. Stumps them every time. Sounds like treason. You mean treason? Threesome? Lose weight. Diet and exercise? No you. No you is my favorite comeback of all time. I think it's genuinely insulting because I can think of no bigger waste of my time than coming up with a witty response to someone I don't give a single solitary FK about. I always reply, "Damn, how long did it take for you on to come up with that one?" or "Damn, who came up with that one for you?" If anyone tries to use "no you" on me, that's just the best comeback to any insult. At least my DK is still bigger than yours. Men get insulted while women tend to blush and mentally lock up. I ain't fat. I'm just protecting my 6-pack. Murdering their family, then torturing them in your Mongolian child's ex-slave labor camp and accidentally leaving a clue, going to jail for 8 years, then planning a grand escape, then going back to your labor camp and seeing everyone is dead and your work is for nothing, then blowing up a subway in mid-Manhattan in 1987, killing 673 people. Or saying "no you. IDK. Dad. You're ugly. But I can go on a diet. I knew it as there's no diet for your problem. But same. There's no diet for a shitty personality. I like this one best. Lose weight. BH I know. I can even imagine an excited "I know right." There is no good answer to an insult because if you care about it and feel offended, they succeed. The best way to react is to ignore them. Lose weight. Tubbs. One of my worst bullies was somebody whose mother had passed away. He once told me, "Jeff, you're so ugly that, when you were born, the doctor slapped your mother." Quote. My response, "At least I have a mother." I felt horrible. But also vindicated. The bully earned that one. Losing weight. Go on a diet. I may be fat but I can always lose weight. You however will always be ugly. If obesity is a choice, doesn't that make it a much more legitimate target for criticism? Maybe, but I think there's a difference between an insult and criticism. That's not true. They could always just wear a mask. I worked hard on all this insulation. Best response is to take heed that you are overweight and do something about it. If you stay overweight into middle age, you will lose maybe 10 to 20 years off your lifespan. Better to eat healthily, get exercise and enjoy life more. Honestly, just stop taking it as an insult. If you're fat, and you don't mind being fat, look them dead in the eye and congratulate them on their keen observational ability. Remember that no one has to hate or be thrilled with their body. We can be fat and happy. Fat and want to improve ourselves. Fat and neutral. ECT. If the only thing someone can find about you as an insult is something physical, then you're doing something right. Basically, the best response is, "And what about it?" Quote. A great one in this vein would be how I respond to, "You shouldn't smoke." Quote. Really? Why? What have you heard? Quote. Well, it will kill you and is unhealthy. Blah blah blah. Quote. Holy st really? I'm gonna quit after this pack then. Quote. Fat could be. I'm fat? What? Picks up gut and looks at it. Oh God, I didn't know. How do I fix this? Quote. I'm from a country with universal health care. Diabetes costs us around $10 billion a year. On 17 million citizens. So being fat isn't their problem. It's our problem. But being fat is not synonymous with having diabetes. It increases risk. Yes. But smoking increases risk of cancer. And no one is blaming smokers for the cost of treating cancer. I'm not saying that people should bloat up to unimaginable weights and claim they are healthy when they are not. I'm saying that looking at yourself in the mirror and saying, "I am fat. I am human," is not a bad thing. Some people love their curves. Some people don't. And some people just don't care. Regardless, my comment and this question wasn't about the effect fat people with diabetes have on the economy. Why bring it up on a question about fat insults? Every time I FK your mom, she bakes me a pie. Losing weight. Sorry I don't speak peaked in high school. Okay, this is my favorite one. Best one so far. Do you feel better about yourself now? This is the best response for any unnecessarily mean comments. My roommate put the recycling out once and I guess the wind had caught some of it. So I pull up, and my neighbor starts going off on me, calling us entitled millennial renters who have no respect for the neighborhood with a whole lot of colorful language thrown in. I didn't even know whether the recycling was actually ours, but had no issue picking up the items. All the while being berated by my verbally absweave neighbor. Took a few minutes, and she had no shortage of wretched things to say while I was literally addressing the problem. When I was done, I just looked at her and asked if she felt better. Then went in the house. The look on her adult son's face, who witnessed the whole thing and is regularly yelled at by her, was absolutely worth the whole ordeal. I hit him with the, "You must be having a bad day," and walk off. It's probably true. This lady is one of those people who chooses her own misery and makes every day miserable for everyone around her. Lose weight. Being fat is unhealthy. Exercise. None. Don't dignify it with a reply. This. Just walk away. Some people are just a negative drain on you. No one needs that ST in their life. If it's a one-off, ignore it. If it keeps happening, i.e. in a workplace, put in a proper complaint about it. Or just smack them round the head. My little brother got bullied at school for a bit. He's a big lad, but quiet. One day, he just hit the guy and put him on the floor. No one said anything after that. You gotta give them a slight smile. And just turn away with a little shake of your head. Walking away with your head high and a pep in your step. Slinking away quietly is them winning. Letting them know it's just not worth responding to and not affecting you in the slightest is you winning. Are you unkind because you were abused as a child? Once at work, I went outside with my coworker to get the food we ordered. My coworker, who's bigger, took the pizza to carry inside, and an old man who passed by said to her she should watch what she eats. She told him to watch what he speaks and continued walking. The old guy stood there not believing what happened, and I laughed at his face. Look extremely confused and say, okay. And then go back to whatever you are doing. It's my favorite response to homophobic bullshit too. Just takes all the wind out of their sails if you don't look bothered. Happy Cake Day. Sparkles. Every time your mom and I make love she gives me a cookie. As a father. Person. Wow. You're gaining quite the belly. Me. Well yeah. I can't have my 3-month-old baby resting her head on a rock-hard 8-pack. So I had to add a bit of cushioning for her to protect her. It's lame. But I'm a dad now. I need to become accustomed to dad jokes. This is also clutch for mothers. I can lose weight. Can you eat less dog st? Quote. The FK. Getting fit. I'm only this size cause after I bang your mum she makes me a sandwich. I know you are, but what am I? Classic. As a Norwegian, I have never understood this one. Like. Subject acknowledging that they are. But asks object what they are. I don't get it. Could you elaborate? It's a childish way to use their insult against them. You're just saying, I'm not fat. You're fat. Which is pretty stupid when most people saying it are fat as FK. Oh. I see. Yeah. That sounds pretty childish. At least I'm the bigger man. You're a big guy. For you. Thanks. I've been hitting the buffets. Why are you so fat? Quote. Cause every time I FK your wife she bakes me a cake. Gives me a grape, adds that wow factor. Wow. A grape. How do you do this? Just laugh. They will feel so dumb. It's all the sandwiches your wife makes me. Why are you so fat? Because every time I FK your mum, wife, daughter she gives me a grape. Use age appropriately. Usage appropriately. Failed using age appropriately and am now in jail. Thanks for the free food dude. Less than 3. Lose weight. Yo, mama. It's because every time I FK your mum, she gives me a biscuit. Lose weight. Sorry mate. I'm not a mirror. Best you go home for self-deprecation. Killing their family. Friend of mine says, I love food. What do you expect? Quote. I'll sit on you. Losing weight. Eat less and exercise more. Eat them whole. Careful. You may get caught in my gravity and I will destroy you. However, to stop a bully, just agree with them. Like, you're fat equals I know. Or you smell equals yep. Every human does. It is proven to work. There's a few vids of it on YouTube. Thanks for the compliment. Say if I jumped on you would you die? What is this? High school? Grow up you sorry excuse for an adult. I'd rather my kids grow up to be fatter than me than even an eighth as douchey as you. You're a joke with legs. But your mouth does most of the running. So shut it before my fat ass shuts it for you. Losing the weight. Some guys in front of me in line at a fast food restaurant were making comments about my weight. Loudly. I told them I could hear them quite clearly. They started apologizing and I held up my hand and said, no, not necessary. I'm bigger than that. Quote. And then I walked away. Well, thank you, Captain Obvious. What gave it away? The fat is being insulted or about to be. Not being fat. Better fat than stupid. If it's about something visible. You so fat. What? WHO told you? That was supposed to be a secret. If it's something about a diet. Go on a diet, fatty. I'm on a diet. It's called not being a DK. Or if you just want to kill them. As you, paperback Buddha, said. Feel better about yourself now? At least I'm not as much of a fat loser whale bee as your mom. I did get called a fat loser whale bee once, lol. Eating them. Who hurt you? Losing some weight. As a fat person, I want to say to all the people who called me fat, at least I can afford more food than you. Sorry for bad grammar. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel for more videos.